Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Matthew here, and today we got a little demo to play, which is called Love is a Game. It sounds pretty good. I found it on itch.io, and the story to it is, I'll just read the description from the website. Willow Bates is a recent college graduate who works at a small cafe and lives alone in her childhood home. Lonesome and suffocated by the tedium of working at an unfulfilling job, Willow found a quiet joy in Otome games with few friends and a non-existent love life. She's grown attached to the happiness brought by romance novels. We join our heroine as her mundane days are interrupted the morning she stumbles across strikingly handsome, vaguely familiar men. After a second glance, it all becomes clear. Her favorite characters are now real. Be careful what you wish for. So let's get started and see what we got here. I'm just gonna leave everything as is. Okay, Willow is okay, we already read that. So we're gonna play the prologue. And then you guys can read that if you wanted to. Prologue, be careful what you wish for. I glanced at the clock on the wall for what must have been the millionth time since my shift started. Yes, I can go home now. I hurry behind the counter and slip off my apron. Boss, you're done? I jump at the sound of my boss's voice right behind me. Uh-oh, he doesn't sound happy. Why does he always sneak up on me like this? Slowly I turn around and try to smile at him. He looks pissed. Boss, always so quick to just run out. He scoffs and frowns at me. Not this again. Well, I pause as he folds his arms and glares at me. The schedule says my shift ends at 5 p.m. I feel myself growing nervous as my boss glares at me. I just have to cash in my tips and then I could go home. Here's the cash tips for today. I hand my boss the wad of bills from the front pouch of my apron and follow him to the cash register. He counts the money before handing me back a single bill. This is barely anything. And the tips from the customers who paid with a card? My boss sneers at me. I thought you were in a rush. I'll total it all up later. He did this yesterday too. I don't. Before I can say another word, he turns around and walks away. Ugh, rude. I guess I'll get the rest of my tips at the end of the week. As soon as I walk out of the cafe, I check the notifications on my phone. I'd seen it blinking at work and had a feeling about what it was. Yes! A slight smile spreads across my face. The anniversary story is finally out. It's been 1 year since the release of the game. My excitement fades slightly as I notice the price and realize I'm faced with an all too familiar decision. I kind of wanted to grab dinner on the way home. I glance back at my phone. But I've been waiting for the anniversary sub-story all month. Choose one. Buy dinner or buy the anniversary story. I don't know what to do, guys. What would you do? It says be careful what you wish for. It doesn't say be careful about what. I mean, if I had to choose, buy the game, right? I really want, or the book, and I really want to read the story. Just as I purchase the story, my stomach growls. Crap, I have some leftovers at home, right? Sigh. Finally home. I sit down on my bed with my dinner and start up the game on my phone. After I graduated college, my parents finally bought their dream house on the beach. They were kind enough to let me live in my childhood home while I paid off my loans, found a job, and got my feet on the ground. Since then, this is how I spent my evenings. Playing Otome games. My current favorite is the one I'm playing tonight. There's the Sundari, Alistair. Idiot. I'm trying to say that I like you. The childhood friend, Jin. Remember, we made a promise. The ambitious Faust. I want to introduce you as my fiancé. The flirt. Dimitri. You could let me comfort you. The sweetheart, Milo. I'll be the one who makes you smile. And the cold but secretly romantic Enzo. You've taught me what it means to care about someone. Well, I like Enzo already, guys. I can't even decide who my favorite is, but at least with Otome games, I can just buy all their stories. I freeze as I realize what I just thought. That's kind of sad. Wow, it's been a whole year since I found this game. I stare blankly at my phone. What does it say about me that this is the only thing I look forward to? I gaze out the window at the now dark sky. I thought after I got out of college I'd have everything together, a great job, money, and maybe I'd even fall in love. The light from my phone screen continues to cast a glow on my bedroom ceiling. But the only good thing in my life right now is this game. I read the words, "I love you, Willow," displayed on my phone. They're not real. My chest grows tight and I look away from the game. The only people that make me happy are fictional. I find myself imagining what my life would be like if I lived in the game, if I was a part of their world. Alright, I think all of us gamers have felt this way, and feel this way. I wish they were real. I sigh again and quit out of the game. Yeah, right. I need a reality check. If I really feel this way, I should put some effort into making my life better instead of wishing for the impossible. I switch off the lamp beside my bed and crawl under the covers. I open up the game one more time to look at the start screen. Good night, guys. Beep, 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 beep. Ugh. Rays of sunlight shine through the curtains, casting a glow across my bed. I roll over to my side and spot my phone just where I left it. I look at the background and an illustration of all the guys from the game. Good morning. I feel a smile tugging at the corner of my mouth as I remember the story I'd read last night. Ugh, that ending. I clutch my phone close to my chest. I kind of want to reread it. I'm about to start up the game when I notice the time. It's that late already? I scramble out of bed, tripping as my feet tangle in the blanket I'd kicked off the bed while I was asleep. Thud. Ouch. I've got to hurry if I'm going to make it to work on time. I shake myself loose from the blanket and hurry to get ready as quickly as possible. I got dressed and fixed my hair in a rush, but I'm still running behind. I check the time again and start walking a little faster. If I hurry fast enough, I should make it. As I shift from foot to foot, I stare at the red "Do Not Cross" light, waiting for it to change. My eyes fall on a man standing below the cross light on the other side of the street. For some reason, I find myself unable to look away. He readjusts his jacket, tugging at the collar. He looks so cool. He catches me looking at him and I feel heat flooding my cheeks. I was staring. I peek at him again out of the corner of my eye. He's turned his face away from me, but I can still see that he's eyeing me, looking confused. Is he trying to appear disinterested? Just as the crosswalk light turns to walk, the man hurries off. He wasn't waiting to cross? I watch him dart into a nearby bookstore before realizing that the light has already started counting down. Never mind that. I've got to hurry. I start running to make it across the street before the crosswalk light turns red again. Oh, I checked the time on my phone. Crap. It's later than I thought, and now I only have 20 minutes before my shift starts. I can take a shortcut. If I cut through the park diagonally, I'll get there faster. How many minutes left? I glanced down at the time again to see that I still have a good 15 minutes left. Phew, I can definitely make it at this rate. Trip. Eek! My foot catches on something and I tumble forward. As I shut my eyes and brace for the impact, I feel something break my fall. I squint, one eye open, and see a tuft of hair sticking out in front of me. Ugh. I blink in horror as I realize I tripped and landed on someone. I'm so sorry. I shout an apology as he rubs his eyes sleepily. The man flashes open an eye and glares at me. Uh-oh, he's mad. Suddenly I find myself frozen as I stare at his eyes. He looks kind of familiar. Don't you watch where the heck you are going? I'm sorry, I didn't mean... The man has already closed his eyes again, and his lips were previously curled into a snarl, have relaxed. His chest rises up and down slowly with heavy breaths. Is he? I blink and observe him for a second. Snore. Unbelievably, he's asleep? I watch him for a few seconds before I'm sure he has actually fallen back asleep. My guilt fades slightly without his imposing glare on me. Who just takes a nap in the middle of the grass? Ah, right, got to hurry. I scramble to my feet and begin heading through the park again. What is that? What is that? Soft music reaches my ears. A guitarist is playing on a bench a little ways ahead of me. As I get closer, I see a guy standing motionless in front of the musician. Wow, that's so pretty. On a normal day, I would have stopped and listened for a bit, but I feel the pit of my stomach twist as I calculate how many minutes I have left to get to work. As I hurry past the musician, the guy who's listening turns to look at me. But, he's so handsome. My cheeks flush as I catch myself admiring him. But why is he staring at me like that? He smiles at me slightly before turning back to listen to the guitarist. No, stop it. I slap myself out of my momentary daze. I don't have time to be staring at guys. Work starts soon. Once again, I start walking quickly towards the cafe, passing the musician and the dark-haired man. Whistle. I whip my head around and see someone leaning casually against a tree. When I make eye contact with him, he winks at me. Oh my, did you just see that? He winked at me. I see two women sitting on a bench right behind me, whispering to each other as they fawn over the man. I don't have time for this. I tuck my hair back and continue hurrying to work. I'm almost there. I finally reach the street of the cafe. Yes, at this rate I'll make it on time. A slight smile spreads across my face and I feel my panic melting away. Just as I breathe a sigh of relief, I overhear a conversation. A man is arguing with a waitress in an outdoor patio seating. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Sir, I wouldn't be so careless as to forget my wallet. He seems quite flustered as he pats his pockets. The waitress watches him, with her arms crossed and her lips drawn into a tight line. Yikes, he looks kind of scary. As I get closer, I see that he's searching the same pockets he's already looked in. His fingers twitch with frustration. Poor guy. Before I can think about what I'm doing, I jog up to the patio railing. Hey! Both turn to look at me with slightly confused expressions. Here, I got it. I see that the man only has a coffee in front of him and snatch a 5 out of my wallet. Leaning over the railing, I place the bill on the table. You just got the coffee, right? I don't need... The man seems even more flustered as he watches the waitress take the money from me. She shrugs and heads back inside. It's happened to me more times than I'd like. I tried to reassure him, but his brows knit together as he eyes me. I can't tell if he's irritated or embarrassed. Probably a little bit of both. Miss, at least let me... He starts to talk again, but I've already resumed walking to work. Don't worry about it. I call over my shoulder as I check the time. Oh crap, only 3 minutes left. Wait! I ignore him and pick up the pace, hurrying down the sidewalk. I'm almost there. I slow down as I reach the cafe and lean against the window, trying to catch my breath. Something warm and wet touches my hand. Startled, I look down and see a small puppy jumping on my legs, licking my fingers. I think he likes you. He's crouched next to the post with the puppy's leashes tied. A warm smile spreads across his face as he watches the dog. Uh-huh. I reach down to pet the puppy, but it's already lost its interest in me and runs back to the man. He chuckles and gives the puppy a good scratch behind the ears. Wow, he's so friendly. Is there something on my face? He notices my staring and looks up at me, confused. Oh no, sorry. I see my boss glance up at the clock through the window. Excuse me. Oh, hey again, Willow. Boss, close call. He stares at me as I brush the fly away hairs out of my face. Ugh, he's so antagonizing. I give up on trying to fix my hair. I can't even imagine how disheveled I look after rushing through my hair and makeup, then running to work. Excuse me. Yes, what can I get you? I turn around, prepared to help a customer, when I see the guy from outside. Oh, yes? As I look at him clearly, I feel something stirring in the back of my mind. Why does he look so familiar? Have we met before? I tilt my head as I try to remember. Is he an old classmate? Maybe I knew him as a kid. Guys, doesn't she realize by now? Doesn't she realize this at all? Okay. Haha, are you trying to pick me up? He laughs and I feel a smile tugging at my lips as I watch his eyes sparkle happily. His cheeriness is contagious. Sorry, I must have mistaken you for someone else. I apologize, but the guy waves a hand at me. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I just wanted to see if I could get some water for the dog. And an iced mocha for me. He's taking care of the dog. That's so sweet. Yeah, no problem. I start to ring up his drink. Ah, crap. He's patting his pockets, suddenly looking embarrassed. This guy forgot his wallet too? This is all coming together. Guys, this is just all coming together for me right now. None of them have wallets. It makes a lot of sense, right? I'm sure I have it. He's blushing slightly as he continues to dig in his pockets, confusion growing on his face. It's fine. I can start you a tab if you like. What's your name? He freezes for a moment, then looks up at the ceiling, deep in thought. Huh? He bites his lip. After another few moments of silence, he shrugs and flashes an apologetic grin. I guess I'll just take the water for the dog then? Does he not want to give me his name? I blink with surprise, but grab a bowl and fill it with water. It's not that he doesn't want to give you his name. He doesn't know his name. I can figure this out now, guys. This is obvious. No, he genuinely seemed confused. I hand him the bowl. He takes it and glances at my name tag. Willow, what a cute name. My cheeks flush at his compliment. Anyways, thanks. He waves at me before heading outside the cafe and setting the bowl down in front of the puppy. I find myself watching them as he crouches next to the puppy, smiling. Something clicks in my thoughts. Hey, that kind of looks like... I fumble in my pocket for my phone and begin flipping through the saved screenshots. Oh my... My finger freezes over one of the pictures from the Otome game. It's an image of Milo petting a stray with a shaking hand. I hold my phone up side by side with the guy outside. I feel my heart stop for a second. It can't be. Before I can think about what I'm doing, I run outside. Oh hey again, Willow. He stares up at me unexpectedly. Your name isn't by any chance Milo? His eyebrows knit together in confusion for a second before he turns to me, beaming. Yeah, how'd you know? I take a step back. No, it can't be. Do I know you from somewhere? I can't stop looking from the image on my phone to the guy in front of me. His outfit, his hair, his smile. Suddenly I remember all of the guys I noticed this morning. The cool looking man at the crosswalk, the abrasive guy I tripped over in the park, the easygoing man who was listening to the musicians, the flirty man who'd winked at me, the well-dressed man who couldn't find his wallet, and finally the friendly guy who got water for a stray. It can't be all of them? Milo looks at me concerned, coloring his features. Are you okay? I'm fine, Milo. What is it you do for a living? Oh, He falls silent and the same confused expression crosses his face. He seems to think hard about it for a little while. It's weird. I can't seem to... Milo cuts off again, lost in thought. It would be a different case if he just said he was unemployed. But watching him get so confused, it's like he can't remember anything. I realized this watching him struggle to remember his occupation, in the same way he'd struggle to remember his name. He can't be the same Milo, he just can't. My mind kept trying to rationalize, but I couldn't argue with what was right in front of me. On the off chance that this is real? Do you, I hesitated for a moment before opening the game on my phone and holding it out to him. Do you recognize this? Milo's eyes grow wide as he looks at the screen of the game. That's... Milo looks like he's beginning to panic. That's me! And those other guys! The other guys? He remembers them? Milo looks back at the game. His hands are trembling. I don't know. I mean, I think so. They seem familiar. He begins tapping the screen madly, searching for an explanation. He freezes at the game, shows a background of in-game Milo's house. That's my room. It really is him. Milo suddenly looks at me terrified. What happened? I recognize this as my house, but I don't know where it is. My heart clenches painfully at his lost look. I'm still having trouble believing this is real. Milo stares deep into the screen of my phone, looking at the drawing of his room. As I watch him, something dawns on me. What about the other guys? They're probably in the same state as Milo. No real home, no real job, no real money. Milo, I think I can help you. Huh? He tears his eyes away from the game and looks at me, confused. We need to go find your friends. I think I ran into them not too long ago. They're here? His expression brightens for a fleeting moment. But what are you going to do? What am I going to do? I pause and think about it for a second, realizing I don't even know where to start. Look, for now, let's just find them, and then we can all try and figure this out, okay? Milo doesn't respond as he stares blankly at my phone. He looks so sad. I feel my heart clenching more the longer I watch his lost expression. Milo, I'm going to help you guys, okay? I rest my hand on his shoulder reassuringly. When Milo looks up at me, he has a familiar smile plastered on his face. Although I'm not too sure whether it's a real smile or if he's just putting it on for me, I feel a little less worried. Okay, let's go find them. I left the cafe with Milo after telling my boss that he was my brother and we had a family emergency. I feel kind of bad about lying. Well, the family part was a lie, but this really is an emergency. Although I know how important it is to find the guys, there's a part of me brimming with happiness. I have to force myself to bite back my smile when I think about how they must feel. They have no home, no money, no idea what's going on. I'm filled with worry as I remember how panicked and lost Milo had looked. This must be so confusing. I jump as I feel Milo grab my shoulder suddenly. Hey, Willow, I think that's... Milo points ahead of us at a figure exiting an electronics store, and I immediately recognize him. That's the guy from this morning. Okay guys, this episode has gotten really long. We're going to pick it up tomorrow or another day. So I'm going to figure out how to pause this and then or save this. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I haven't done a visual novel in a while, so like, you know, it's kind of fun, and I'm really getting into this, so I'm going to leave it here. So we don't know which guy this is, but we can take our guess. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please smack that like button if you did. Please subscribe if you're new to my channel. I'd definitely love to have you around. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.